Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap but by the seeds that you plant. Make the most of the best and the least of the worst. The person who has stopped being thankful has fallen asleep in life. Everybody, soon or late, sits down to a banquet of consequences. We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend. The man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who leaves the world better than he found it, whether by an improved copy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who looked for the best in others and gave the best he had. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. Make up your mind to be happy. Learn to find pleasure in simple things. In each of us, two natures are at war, the good and the evil. All our lives the fight goes on between them, and one of them must conquer. But in our own hands lies the power to choose what we want most to be. We are like a bird singing in the rain. Let grateful memories survive in time of sorrow. Be what you are, and become what you are capable of becoming. Do not measure success by today's harvest. Measure success by the seed you plant today. The bold may not live long, but the timid never live at all. Since hate poisons the soul, don't cherish enmities or grudges, avoid people who make you unhappy. Everyday courage has few witnesses. But yours is no less noble because no drum beats for you and no crowds shout your name. The world has no room for cowards. We must all be ready somehow to toil, to suffer, to die. Keep busy at something. A busy person never has time to be unhappy. Politics is perhaps the only profession for which no preparation is thought necessary. To be what we are, and to become what we are capable of becoming, is the only end of life. The world is so full of a number of things, I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. A friend is a gift you give yourself. I travel not to go anywhere, but to go. I travel for travel's sake. The great affair is to move. Quiet minds cannot be perplexed or frightened but go on in fortune or misfortune at their own private pace, like a clock during a thunderstorm. I kept always 2 books in my pocket, one to read, one to write in. You think those dogs will not be in heaven? I tell you they will be there long before any of us. I learned to recognize the thorough and primitive duality of man. I saw that, of the 2 natures that contended in the field of my consciousness, even if I could rightly be said to be either, it was only because I was radically both. So long as we love we serve, so long as we are loved by others, I would almost say that we are indispensable, and no man is useless while he has a friend. There is no duty we so much underrate as the duty of being happy. By being happy we sow anonymous benefits upon the world. There are 2 things that men should never weary of, goodness and humility. We get none too much of them in this rough world among cold, proud people. With every day, and from both sides of my intelligence, the moral and the intellectual, I thus drew steadily nearer to the truth, by whose partial discovery I have been doomed to such a dreadful shipwreck, that man is not truly one, but truly two. The difficulty of literature is not to write, but to write what you mean, not to affect your reader, but to affect him precisely as you wish. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirits. You cannot run away from a weakness, you must sometimes fight it out or perish. And if that be so, why not now and where you stand? There is a fellowship more quiet even than solitude, and which, rightly understood, is solitude made perfect? Talk is by far the most accessible of pleasures. It costs nothing in money, it is all profit, it completes our education, founds and fosters our friendships, and can be enjoyed at any age and in almost any state of health. Marriage is like life, it is a field of battle, not a bed of roses. Perpetual devotion to what a man calls his business, is only to be sustained by perpetual neglect of many other things. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. It is not so much for its beauty that the forest makes a claim upon men's hearts, as for that subtle something, that quality of air, that emanation from old trees, that so wonderfully changes and renews a weary spirit.